Hi guys, how's it going? It's DJ Talent here. God bless, world love and peace. Big up the London Massive and crew, respect. DJ Talent, I'm 36 years of age now, and I've been making music since the late 90s, like 1998 and stuff, So yeah, making tunes for about 20 years, But yeah, no, in the days of music, man, you need to know someone that's got a recording studio. You need a lot of money. It's an expensive game. But obviously when I got into the music industry and stuff, I wasn't a rich kid, I didn't have money and stuff, do you know what I mean? And I did used to kind of work in supermarkets and sell milk and cheese to earn money, Sometimes people in the world, they kind of like think, oh, you're famous, you got money, you're rich, blah, blah, blah. But I'm an ordinary person, like for famous people or not, I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll have a glass of semi-skim milk or drink a glass of water out the tap or an orange juice. At the end of the day, famous people or not famous people, you drink like Thames water in London and stuff like that. You pay your London electricity bill like anyone else, Famous people or not being a famous person, if you're going to get a train from a train station in London, you're going to get a train like anyone else and get on the train, It's just kind of, sometimes people in the world are a bit kind of delusional. They think because you're famous, that you're different and stuff, but you're not really. We're all human beings at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I've got a pulse like everyone else. Like I need to have a nice bath, I need a good sleep, and I need a healthy diet, and I need my rest like everyone else, But people shouldn't sort of like think because you're famous, it's like you are different from anyone else, because we're not. We're all human beings, From the day we're born to the day we leave the planet Earth, It's like an existence. Do you know what I mean? And we all have our own vocation and path. But to get anywhere in life and to be successful in whatever you're doing, whether you're a tradesman and like an electrician or a carpenter, or you're a lawyer or a doctor, you have to work, whatever in business, you just have to graft, work hard, you know what I mean? I'm totally here and I totally respect people, Like for example, if I get a taxi driver driving me around, I'm really happy to give a taxi driver a couple of pound tips for carrying bags for me. Or if I'm in a restaurant and I get good service, someone charges my phone and gives me a glass of water, I don't mind giving a couple of pound tip. It's good to give people back for the service, But at the end of the day, whatever you have to do to be successful or work in life, you have to work hard at whatever you do, and don't be afraid of hard work and graft, because like to not have success and stuff, mate, it's because you don't want to graft, but everyone has to graft and work hard to do well in life. Do you know what I mean? You just have to focus. But for me, yeah, I lost 10 years of my life with bad health problems. From about 1998 to 2004, I was very seriously ill, serious health problems. 2005, I started my TV career, started on TV, and I worked my way up. I was at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you're a DJ and you play a primetime set in a rave or in a club, to play a primetime set in a rave or club, you got a lot of big DJs. They've got to deliver tracks in the studio and start making beats and stuff. That's why they play primetime sets in raves, because they've banged out a few big records, and because they're banging out records and they're manufacturing, people want to book them and pay them good money to play a set. But a lot of people don't understand this. Sort of like in the 90s, a lot of DJs, they didn't have the internet and stuff. They were making tracks from the Ataris and Cubase and stuff. And to make a track in those days, you could be spending 3 or 4 days on one track, So it's a lot of work, no internet, so you couldn't email a track and say, you know what, at the end of the day, I've done this tune, I'm gonna email it to you. You couldn't do that back in the day. You'd make it on an Atari, save it and burn it on a cassette tape, and yeah, that's your day's work in the studio. But for me, I was kind of like, I was naive. I thought, yeah, I'll go in the studio one day, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm gonna go in the studio, oh, is the track ready today? Is it ready? Blah, blah, blah. Remember, music is a piece of art, It's like, it's ready when it's ready. It's a piece of art. It's like saying to an artist, oh, can you go and draw a painting? The painting, they're going to draw a painting or a picture, they're not going to do it in 1 hour, An architect is not going to design a skyscraper in 1 hour. A doctor's not going to do an operation in 1 hour, do you know what I mean? So it's a piece of art, and you have to take your time and you have to do it properly, because it's all about the final product, the manufacturing product at the end. But remember, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Whether you're famous or you're not famous, we're all human beings at the end of the day. I drink Thames water and I pay London electricity bills. Do you know what I mean? I'm no different to anyone else. At the end of the day, I go into a stop, I go into a coffee shop and drink a coffee and eat a muffin. Or at the end of the day, I brush my teeth in the morning, I have a shower, you know, and I put my shoes on, and I go for a walk around the block. See, I'm a human being. All famous people are human beings, and whether famous people become rich, it's because they've worked hard for, say, like 10 or 20 years in their career, or either they've been professional footballers or professional tennis players, actors, musicians, you know. But anyone that's a professional footballer will not turn around and start like earning 100 grand a week. You know, that they have to kind of work in the junior league and semi-pro, and it's a lot of work. Do you know what I mean? For footballers, you know, if they get injuries, you know, their career's finished. You know, some footballers have had heart attacks and stuff on the pitch. You know, so you know, one thing about life is we should embrace and be happy with what we're doing in life and enjoy the good times and make the best of what we've got in life, you know, because we're born into the world, you know, and we're alive for a while and then we leave the world and time's up. So I always say to people, having good manners, respect and being polite is good, man. It's always good to be polite. Been some dangerous places in the world, and when I said to people, God bless you, love, peace, you know, it makes people think, hang on mate, this guy's got good manners, he's a peaceful man, he means well, yeah, let's leave this guy alone. Do you know what I mean? He's got a good heart, it means love and peace and stuff. So that's one thing. Another thing I think about London is, you know, there is a lot of homeless people in the streets, and I think what we should do now is look into sort of rehabilitating homeless people. I mean, let's build some hostels in London for the homeless people, where they can have a roof to stay, roof over their head, a shower, some food, like in hospital. When a patient's sick in hospital, they go and have an operation and they get better in hospital and have treatment. We should do the same for homeless people in London, is give them a home and give them a hostel, somewhere to stay for them to sleep, have a shower, kind of refreshen up, and then also for them to look for homeless people to learn skills. So homeless people can sit there and learn to read and write, how to use a computer and stuff. We should be educating people, even people that can't read or write, people with dyslexic, man. You know, anyone can learn these days with the internet. I think if people shouldn't like bully or victimise people because they can't read or write or they're disabled, I think that's wrong. I agree with an equal opportunity policy. Everyone should be treated as equals, equality, no matter who you are, race, gender. You know, the world should be about love and peace and equality and treating people with love and respect and encouraging people to better their lives, meaning if someone can't read or write, then we take time out and we teach them to read or write, and we help them progress and learn how to read or write and learn a skill. Like for someone's homeless, we get them back on their feet. We get them into like a hostel and a rehabilitation place, so they've got somewhere to stay, where they can rest and sleep, and they're not on the streets homeless in the rain and in a sleeping bag. They've got a hostel, and like a rehabilitation hostel. We should bring that out in London. Like homeless people, let's get them into a hostel. Let's get them a roof over their head, and let's get them so they can have a nice wash and a nice shower, roof over their head, some good food inside them, and teach them a skill how to learn to read and write and use a computer. It's all about rehabilitation. You know, I was very ill in '98 till 2004, very ill, when I lost, like, to me, I lost about nearly 8-10 years of my life through serious health problems. You know, so rehabilitation is good. We need to build people up again to get back on track, on the right path, and be happy. You know, but just remember, it's like sometimes people out there, you know, I've known them for years and years and years, and sometimes people don't speak to me anymore. They think, oh, DJ Talent's got famous, he's done this, but you know, I've worked where I got, you know what I mean? And as I was saying, from 1998 to 2004, I did lose nearly eight years of my life of serious long-term health problems and damages, do you know what I mean? So for me to get back on my feet and to lose 8 or 10 stone in weight, get on a healthy diet plan, get rehabilitated so I was going to get well again, you know, I'm a human being like everyone else, whether I'm famous or not. I'm a human being, everyone's a human being, everyone deserves help and needs to be treated with love and respect, you know. Nastiness, hate, jealousy, vengeance, it's not the right attitude, you know. If you want to go, my advice to anyone in the world, if you want to do well in life and go anywhere in life, always have good manners and polite. Always say to someone, please can you help me with this, or thank you very much, you know. Please and thank you, politeness is the way ahead. Good manners and good manners and respect, love and peace, world peace is what it's all about. We need love and world peace, man. For anyone to be happy in life and to do well in life, no matter who you are, you know, to have good manners, you know, whether you're an arrogant person or not. One thing I was going to say, like, there's a kind of line between arrogant people and depressed people. There's this kind of line, you know, kind of when people are really arrogant, it's probably because they can't cope with life. They're under too much stress. They're not dealing with like reality of life. They're finding things too much, so they put on this front and they're really arrogant and angry. Oh, look at me, blah blah blah. But really, you say to that person, "Are you really happy in life?" What I'm seeing is you're putting on a front, because really, mate, you're not happy in life. You're putting on the front because you're arrogant, because you're not happy. You're screwed up and you're unhappy. So you're putting on this front of arrogance and anger because you're not happy. Your soul's not in a good place. So you're just putting on this act. It's kind of like escapism, you know. You're kind of putting on this act like I am the big I am, because you're not happy in life. You're not fulfilled in life, and you haven't got love and peace in your heart, and you're at a lost place. So you're arrogant and angry, and you're kind of bitter. Depression is another thing, you know. It's like sometimes people are depressed because they've been through hard times in life. They've had lows and they're very depressed. They lack confidence, you know. So that is the boundary between being arrogant and depressed. Like you're depressed, you're at a low mood in your life, and you're very low and you're unhappy, and your confidence has gone, and you're very weak and lethargic, and you're not in a good place. Or you're very angry and you're screwed up because you're not happy. Something's happened to you in life, and it's made you feel angry and resentful. So I say in life, I think it's good to be on an even keel in life, you know. One thing I know now, 36 years of age now, when I look from the age of 20, you know, I wanted things. I wanted to be famous. I wanted money and stuff, but it ruined and messed my health up big time. I really screwed my health up and lost 8 years of my life. When you want things and you chase things, you know, you punished for that because you want it so much that at the end of the day, there's a cut-off point where everyone's saying, but at the end of the day, you got to be happy to live, and you got to be content, and you got to be happy. You need rest, you know. At the end of the day, when you die, you can't take your money and your wealth to your grave. When your time's up, you know. And whether you're poor, I mean, I came from like being poor as a musician and not being where I am. It's taken me 20 years to make music to get where I am, to be an established name. 10 years in the TV industry, working at the bottom and working my way up, you know. Hard work and stuff, you know, you appreciate it. The end of the day, when I worked in the supermarket and I was selling cheese and milk, you know, that paid for my records, and that paid for my vinyl, and that paid for me to go and meet DJ. So going to work, you know, and earning money makes you learn the value and the principle of money, you know, about the value of how much things cost and the expense, you know. So just remember that, and also remember in life, a lot of clothes and stuff, shoes we wear, designer shoes, clothes, they're made in third world countries, okay? It's consumer goods. So this shirt I'm wearing and stuff, and these jeans I'm wearing, you know, they're probably made in a third world sweatshop like in China or India, and someone's sitting there stitching these jeans and stitching this shirt for peanuts. Do you know what I mean? Like 6 or 8 people sleeping on a floor in one room on the floor, and then getting up at 8 in the morning and working till 8 at night, stitching and sewing clothes like jeans and shirts and clothes. And that's called consumerism. That's consumerism. Jeans, clothes, shoes, hats, it's all consumer goods, but it all comes from the third world. And what we're wearing and the clothes we're wearing, people are suffering in third world countries and earning peanuts, and 10 people are sleeping on the floor for wearing the goods we're wearing. So I'm not materialistic like I used to be, because I know people are suffering out there in third world countries for the jeans we're wearing, the shoes we're wearing, the hats we're wearing, you know. And I know a pair of jeans, you know, it's a bit of material, it's either cotton or bit of material, and it's stitched, you know. To make a pair of jeans, how much is that? What is that, like 50p, £1, you know? Like to make a smartphone, how much is that? 50 quid, electrical parts. So I don't see materialism and consumer goods like I used to anymore. Being famous and 20 years down the line, you know, I don't see things like I did when I was, say, 20, and I wanted all this material stuff. It doesn't mean anything to me like it does anymore. You've got to remember, there's poor, starving people in the world suffering for the designer clothes we're wearing, and the shirts, jeans, shoes we're wearing, anything, jewellery, diamonds, gold, you know. People are suffering in third world countries for the way we're looking on the streets and stuff. I do like smart casual clothes, yeah, don't get me wrong, but we have to think realistically. We have to think about the poor people in third world suffering for the clothes we're wearing, and the peanuts that they're getting paid, and the pittance they're getting paid, and 10 people sleeping on the floor, getting up and working in a factory sewing shirts and jeans in third world countries for like 10 hours a day. So let's think about that, and let's think about the poor people in London and around the world that needs help. I think what we need to do now is build a rehabilitation house for the homeless people in London, which would be great. So they've got a roof over their head, somewhere to stay, a shelter where they can sit there and have a coffee and some cereal, like patients do in hospitals. They get cereal, they get milk, they have toast, they have a meal, they drink water, they have juice there, a roof over their head, and somewhere to stay, you know, and somewhere where they can get back on their feet again and maybe learn a skill in the rehabilitation, have classes for the homeless people so they have a roof to stay, somewhere to sleep and stuff, but also like to eat and build up their energy levels and their nutrition, but also to get them back on their feet. So maybe if they're in a homeless shelter, you know, and they're staying in like a hostel, then they have classes in that hostel. They teach you how to sort of read and write and how to use a computer and stuff. So that's what I'm saying about life, is whether you're famous or not, you know, we're all human beings at the end of the day. You know, I drink Thames water, I drink semi-skim milk, you know, I go to bed, sleep, I have a bath, you know, we're all human beings, and people have to realise that in the world, you know, whether you're famous or not, you know, we're all human beings, and our existence is a short space of time from the time we're born in life to the time we leave life, and we all have our own path and our own destiny and our own journey. And obviously you're going to have girlfriends and partners, you know, but your life is going in one direction, and you're meeting people and they're coming into your life on your journey. Like you might have one girlfriend 1 year, another year going out with someone else, you know, but that's your path. Your path is going in one direction. Things don't work out, then maybe it's for the best, and you need to kind of be in a happier, better place. So I like to say, DJ Talent, love, peace, God bless, world peace, and let's make the world a much more happier, safe place. And whether people are famous or not, let's treat everybody as equals, because we're all human beings. We all drink water, we all drink milk, we all have a bath, we all brush our teeth and go to sleep. Whether we're famous or not, we're all human beings. We're not, being famous or not makes you no different from being anyone else. We're all human beings. God bless, love, world peace, best wishes, love, peace, God bless, DJ Talent. Peace.